So I haven't played a whole lot of video games this week, but I have played a whole lot of Pokemon Ho-Ho Edition, aka Pokemon Heart Gold. What a gem. So recently I did discover that Pokemon Heart Gold, in addition to having the Kanto region as a post-game, also has a battle frontier, which is my favorite element, or one of my favorite elements from Pokemon Emerald. And the battle frontier in Heart Gold is no slouch. I've currently dabbled in 2 sections of the 5 sections of the battle frontier. One is the battle hall, where you can enter a single Pokemon and fight all types, upwards of 10 scaling levels, not necessarily the level of the Pokemon, but the level of difficulty for that type. And you can do it for every single type. So for instance, if you enter for grass type, it might start at a level 31 Trico if you have a level 50 Pokemon, and work your way up to level 45 Vileplume. And so it's a real test of a single Pokemon's strength. I really like this mode, and I've currently made it a maximum of 62 rounds into the Battle Hall. But more recently, I've focused my efforts on the Battle Tower, where it's more traditional, and you enter 3 Pokemon to take on a team of another 3 Pokemon. And it lets you save your progress every 7 battles, but you have to do 7 consecutive battles with the same 3 Pokemon in the same order, and it's really challenging. And not only does it demand that you know your team, you know your typings, and are able to handle a variety of typings pretty well, it also may expect you to have a well-trained team, which I certainly did not when entering the battle. I recently encountered the Battle Tycoon for the Battle Tower, and he appears at 21 consecutive victories, and his team is monstrous. He opened with a Milotic, which is a monsterly behemoth of a Pokemon, and majestic, but just something you don't want to come up against. And it did me dirty. So I had Charizard leading, and I really dig Charizard, and he's been doing work, and I have a great setup on this Charizard. I EV trained him from birth. It's actually her, so it's a female Charizard with which I'm going to breed. And it's adamant natured, and also has Overheat, which is a massively powerful special attack, but I don't really need special attacks after using it once. So the Charizard's been doing work, but unfortunately opening against Milotic, I know a Surf is coming, so I switch immediately to the only member of my team that can even take it, which is Gyarados. And I try to set up with Gyarados a Dragon Dance or 2 in order to do some work. I do 1 Dragon Dance on my adamant natured Gyarados, hit him with an Earthquake, my most powerful move, a base level 100 attack, already with the +1 attack, and it does less than half the damage, less than half of the health bar damage to Milotic, which is absurd, and I'm only able to get off another one before Gyarados dies. If Gyarados survived, I would have survived this battle. I would have been able to take on his Rhyperior with a Waterfall and Dragonite with an Ice Fang, but I just couldn't, and so he got me. Now, I would EV train and IV train a Gyarados. This is just my one from the base game, but the problem is I already used Earthquake on this one, and you can't breed Earthquake down, so I actually need to save up another 48 points in the Battle Frontier in order to get Earthquake again, or I guess I could just run the game in a separate file and then trade Earthquake over. Either way, it's going to take a lot of work. But I would definitely be open to EV training and IV training a Gyarados for my Pokemon Heart Gold run. In the meantime, I had entered Donphan, who I captured some point in the late game and realized was an absolute monster, and I gave him the Quick Claw, in this battle, and it actually ended up coming to some good use. I think he just took down Rhyperior with either a regular Earthquake or a critical hit Earthquake. Either way, he also survived a Rock Wrecker to the face from the Rhyperior with this max attack stat and one of the most powerful stab rock moves in the game. I get it, it's not very effective, but Donphan survived with some good health. So I started breeding for a decent IV FAMP. My Donphan had max IVs in the attack power. You can actually get a guy in the Battle Frontier to tell you how good your IVs are. And I started EV training him. So I'm currently maxing out attack. I'm just over 100 EVs. And what I do is I log them in a little journal, and I just log how it's going. I'm not too concerned about the HP defense and special defense spread. Ideally, it's really HP and defense, because any special defense or any special attack, like a Surf or an Ice Beam, is taking out Donphan one hit. Now, this isn't going to be the best addition to this trio, Gyarados, Charizard, and Donphan, but I think that a Stab Earthquake from Donphan is going to do work, as well as a Stone Edge or a Rock Slide if I can get that back. So I'm really excited to have Donphan on the team and to start putting in work with him, or her in this case. It's Bella Ella, aka Bellephant, the beautiful elephant. So yeah, let's see where it goes. And of course, all the FAMPs with pickup at higher levels are going to get me some good items. If you have a level 90 to 100 Pokemon with the pickup ability, you have a very rare chance of getting Earthquake as one of the items they pick up. So that's another perk of having them. So something to work towards. But anyways, I'm just loving the Pokemon Heart Gold postgame. I actually put in work to get my tripod set up and start recording some gameplay for it. So yeah, let me know how you enjoy that. Additionally, this week, I did play Mario 64 more, and I have a gaming commentary coming out Tuesday, and I have another special Mario 64 video coming out Thursday evening. So 2 Mario 64 videos to look forward to. Won't say more about that. You can already see my little restful piranha plant gif in the video, so enjoy that. But let's talk about Super Mario 3D World. It's not my first time playing it. I've dabbled before, and I've played it a little bit co-op, and I've played a little bit just on my own to almost beating the game. I didn't quite last time, but I don't know, I lost steam or something. And so I started live streaming Mario 3D World, and I don't regret it, because I find so many levels in this game very hard to remember. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's just like there's just such an assortment of like variety in the levels that no one truly stands out to me other than the Captain Toad segments. Now, I am still learning like a couple of them, and I think there are some good ones. You've got like the Big Boo's Haunt kind of level, that's cool. There's the Dory one, that one's kind of a classic. And I'm also thinking of this like really fast one. It's like a short level, which is cool. I also saw some of the monsters from Odyssey, but obviously they originated in 3D World. So yeah, pretty cool experience on that front. Little audio hiccup there. I was moving my mic and I was afraid it might have been bouncing, so I set it down and kind of lost my place. Just some final thoughts on Super Mario 3D World. Yeah, I am live streaming it and gonna continue to live stream it just for my own selfish reasons. I think it helps me retain some of my feelings about the worlds a little better, and I think I'll grow to appreciate it more if I do so. It's less about the performance, how well the video does, and more just about my own experience for the game. I want to know what people loved about it so much back in the day. And, you know, having played this maybe a year or two ago when I got it, I didn't really retain so much. So I'm interested to see what I'll take out of it this time. And of course, I love me some Mario. I know March 10th, but what about May-Rio? Are we playing more Mario for May? Awesome. I did play some Lightning Force, the Sega Genesis Spaceship Shooter Classic the Sega Ages version, and I have too much of an ego to play kids mode to make it easier for myself, but I really think I should, because some of those levels are just so hard, and I think the issue is when you lose a life, you lose whatever upgrade you had, and you would have to go find a way to pick it up again. And when you have something as powerful as Hunter or some of the other weapon upgrades, you just don't want to lose them. And so I get to stage 5, and then it's basically, stage 5 is a wreck. It's like anything and everything that can collide with you. I did use save states to kind of get to the point where I will be at stage 5. I have made it further on original hardware before, but I'm just not really experiencing this game the way that I think it's really meant to be, so I have mixed feelings about continuing it at this time. So, I don't know, I'm gonna kind of lay off, maybe, we'll see. I did stream this week, so I mentioned Mario 3D World, but I did complete the Castlevania item list challenge as well. The submissions were due May 15th, and I got another personal best. I didn't realize it at the time, because I did the same amount of damage to the creature, but I got there faster, and so that was my best run. And I submitted that to Waves and Games, and just fingers crossed, we'll see how it goes. But it's, you know, pretty awesome. I was able to beat the creature, but I had to not abuse save states, but like use the save state from before. I wasn't like using it throughout the battle. I was just kind of grinding it out and just see like how well I could do. And there was a couple times where I took out the creature, so I was hopeful to get back to that point. It was just so frustrating sometimes to get all the way back there kind of unscathed. I think a couple of the Bone Dragon parts towards the end were really screwing me up, so I just called it a night at 11 p.m. on the submission deadline day. I think it was Thursday, and yeah, that was the best run. So look forward to the video over on Waves and Games here on YouTube. And then, of course, I did talk about Pokemon Heart Gold. So let's talk about next week. What are my goals? What would I like to do? I didn't even talk about Yakuza Kiwami. I just wasn't feeling like setting up my Xbox this week. I had it set up. I wasn't in the mood to play a full chapter game. So, I don't know. Will I continue with Yakuza Kiwami as a goal game? I don't think so. I think I just play it if the mood strikes me, and I think I just replaced this with Nintendo DS, and then I just put Pokemon Heart Gold, because I'm just continuously playing that at night before I go to bed, and I have all these like mini goals. I'm almost less concerned about even continuing with games beat if, you know, this trend continues, because I'm playing this week in and week out, and kind of just going for like a yearly goal here. Maybe just 2 games for the week is fine. So the other discovery that I made is actually over in my backloggery, and I think it will influence how I pick the next couple games here. So, gosh, how do I navigate this thing? Here we go. That's my dog. Where are you? Okay. Navigations. What? Here we go. Excellent. So the discovery I made is on Nintendo Switch, and I'll give you a moment to see if you can notice it. We have 5 unplayed, 36 unfinished, 36 beaten, and 4 completed, with a total of 82 games. Do you see it? Right now I'm almost 50% beaten. I only need one more game to have beaten half my Switch games. And of course it's coming at the time where I'm going to sell all my Switch games, but I feel like I have to play a Switch game this week and beat it. So let's just see the list. I did say it would be Pig Ship and Wolf or whatever last week, but maybe there's something else kind of quick here too. Oh, I got a lot of feelings. Okay. I mean, Super Mario 3D World might be that game, since I'm going to continue that this week. But, I'm tempted to put Sign Mora up there over the Pig Ship game. I did play like for a second that pig ship game. I was like, ah, this sure is pig ship. So let's give Signmore a shot. I'm like leaning in on the keyboard, that's why this is hard right now. And then of course Super Mario 3D World will continue. And what do I want to live stream this week? I do want to continue on Super Mario 3D World. Although I'm going to continue it on this channel, although I don't think it's performing very well. I would do it on the second channel, but that's alright. And then what do I want to stream realistically? That, like, I could live stream. Have I done a vote for this before? I don't remember. I don't even know if I necessarily want to. Maybe I live stream Pig Ship. I don't know. Pig Ship and the Wolf. Woof. Anyways, that's it for Games Beat for the week. What do you think? Did you enjoy? Have a good week, everybody, and go play some games. Toodaloo.